Hey guys, I'm Izdaisho and I'm here bringing you some magic, and today I'm going to be showing you my deck guide for Sword of the Samurai. And this is just basically how I've been running the deck. I think that this is pretty much the best way. There's probably a couple things that could be a little bit more efficient. I think 2 Glory of Warfare is the correct number. I don't think Intimidation Bolt really should be in there, even though it can deal 3 damage to a creature at instant speed, so it can be a kill spell. It's pretty expensive though, and its other effect is generally not that useful. All the other equipment that I'm not running is just pretty garbage. I mean, it adds a couple of power to the board, but nothing compared to what the ones that are in the deck do. I think some people are going to say it should be running more of these 3/2s for 2, or 2/2s for 3 rather. And that could be, I took out all the pump spells, none of them were really that useful. And then these guys, I think that basically all the other creatures are better than them, because even if you do get a legendary, they're okay. Vigilance plus swords and jits and stuff are pretty good. And I don't think that you should be running the Terramorphics, because you want to be playing 1-drops, so you don't really want to be having your lands come into play tapped. But anyway, we got Isamaru, Hound of Konda, 2/2 for 1, really good. 1/1 for 1, even though it has Bushido, it's pretty terrible. The reason I run it is so that I can get more creatures that I can toss my stuff on, and hopefully I can curve out into like a 1-drop Devoted Retainer, a turn 2 Jit, turn 3 Equip, something like that. Or, you know, I mean, there's a lot of stuff like that that can happen. Steel Shaper's Gift, a lot of the times you can just play on turn 1. Sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes you want to just wait till like turn 3 so you could play Steel Shaper's Gift and then drop Jit and be okay. Obviously, you can run Path to Exile. I didn't even consider that. This guy's just a 2/2 for 2, so he's already efficient, which is weird for this deck. He's also got Pro Black, which is also really cool. And then finally Bushido. The black decks, I mean, it's really good against the zombie deck. But against the other one, it's not that good, because they have a lot of, like, you have to sacrifice a creature, or they have sweepers, or stuff like that. So he's okay, but not really ridiculous or anything like he would have been in one of the other duels games, or maybe even just one of the other colors. Like Pro Red is a lot better than Pro Black, because red sweepers don't kill Pro Red creatures, because they do damage, which doesn't actually hurt them. So anyway, Arbor Moth Rider is pretty good to run, just because he's got evasion, so he can get past the guys with the swords on and stuff like that, which is pretty sweet. These guys are really hard to block. I mean, he is a 1/1 for 2, which sucks, but he has Bushido too, so he's going to be able to kill pretty much anything, which is pretty sweet. Sometimes it really hurts you that you have to attack because you want to stay back to block, and Bushido 2 would be a really good deterrent. But anyway, obviously Umezawa's Jit. It's just one of the best cards in the game, one of the best cards in the format, one of the best cards in Magic. I mean, it's just powerful. So whenever it deals damage, not just to a player, you get to put charge counters on it, and whenever you want, you can remove a counter, and you put the charge counters on the Jit, not on the creature. So whenever you want, you can remove a counter, and you can either give the equipped creature +2/+2, give another creature -1/-1, or gain 2 life. I've used all of the abilities on it. They're pretty useful in a lot of different situations. It's only 2 to play and 2 to equip. A lot of the times, once you resolve and equip this card and your creature gets in, then the game just ends. So yeah, really sweet card. They give us 4 lightning helixes, which is pretty nice. Good removal, good way to stay alive against some of the more aggro decks. Really good card. This thing is actually really good because all your creatures have Bushido, and they're pretty good blockers, especially in combination. And a lot of the times you don't even need to. A lot of the times you don't even need all your creatures. You only really need one, which has a sword on it, so you can double block like a 5/5 pretty easily, and trade off a couple of your guys or whatever. First Strike is really good with the Jit. It's not as relevant with the swords, but basically, if they try and block you, you get the counters before they deal damage, and then you can give it +2/+2, or give their guy -1/-1, whatever works. A lot of the times that's really useful, but I'm only running a couple of them. Anyway, Sword of Fire and Ice. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, Pro Red, Pro Blue. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, Sword of Fire and Ice deals 2 damage to target creature or player, and you draw a card. Obviously amazing. And this one does basically the same things, except when it deals damage to a player, it deals damage to a player. God, I'm just going to read the whole thing. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, Sword of War and Peace deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards in his or her hand, and you gain 1 life for each card in your hand. It gives protection from red and white. That's the most important part. And, I mean, the other stuff kills them quicker, makes you survive longer. It's pretty good. Oathkeeper, Takano's Daisho. My card, woo! I have to run it. I think it's actually pretty decent anyway. Though more and more people are running artifact removal, and it does really badly against artifact removal. It gets you 2 for 1, which is usually not what artifacts do. But a lot of the time, if you just put this thing on your guy, then they can't do anything. Like, for instance, Dodge and Burn has trouble beating this card. The Dodge and Burn has trouble beating any of your artifacts, but it just gives you another one that you can go for. Nagano Bound by Honor, he's a 4-mana 3/3, Bushido 1, and he gives all your creatures a little buff, so that's pretty nice. This is probably the best creature in the deck. It doesn't seem like it when you just look at it at face value, but when you go more in depth, you realize how powerful it is. I mean, it's 2 red, and then Fumiko the Lowblood has Bushido X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. So that doesn't even work on your turn, it also works on their turn. If they're attacking with 4 creatures, then this guy is going to be gigantic, and he's going to basically kill something. And here's the great part. Creatures your opponents control attack each turn if able. So all of your opponent's creatures have to attack into this guy. This guy just eats them up. So good with the combo of Masako the Humorless, because you just play this thing and then they have to attack, you get to attack into them, kill one of their creatures or deal a bunch of damage, and then they have to attack back into you. You basically just get to kill 2 of their creatures a turn. It's insane. Glory of Warfare is pretty good. You got a lot of little creatures, and a lot of times it'll just be able to win you the game. I almost never draw this card now that I think about it, but I mean it's just good. Like it's a pretty good anthem in that it's still a creature. 2/4 is not that relevant, but it is still a creature that pumps all your other guys. Some of them, none of them twice, I don't think. And whenever you cast a spell, a good effect happens. You either get to deal 3 damage to them or gain 3 life. I mean, they're not great effects on their own, but together they're pretty sweet. Stone Hero Giant is one of those where if you're not running it, you really should be, because it's amazing. And basically, if they let you untap with Stone Hero Giant, you don't lose. A lot of the times, it's important to play around stuff. So if you think that they might have a Path to Exile or something like that, and they're just waiting, well, they wouldn't really wait. They would just do it on their turn, so I don't know. It's less important. Never mind. But anyway, a lot of the times, if they target your creature, in response, you can go fetch something, and sometimes it'll work out. This was probably the card that I'm least excited about in the main deck. It so rarely happens, but I mean, sometimes when you do this, you can just win the game. Then there's Zealous Conscript, who's a human warrior, so I don't know why it's in the deck, but it's pretty powerful, and it's only a 5-drop, and it's got haste, so I like it. Anyway, that was the deck guide, so I'm just going to jump in and play a couple of games. I've played a bunch of games with the Samurai deck, and I really think that's pretty much the optimal way to run it. I don't like running any of the 6 or the 7 drops. The deck just doesn't need them to win, and it sort of is just, a lot of the times they're a dead card in your hand. This is just shitty. I mean, all right, this one's actually a pretty good hand. Depending on what my opponent's playing, that is. Because if he's playing a deck with a decent amount of removal, then he'll probably have a couple removal spells, and I'll never be able to equip one of my guys up. Because I'm not going to wait until turn 5 to play and equip something, so... Alright, he's got red mana. That looks like Fire Wave to me. So, I mean, if I can get one of my swords on a creature, then the game's going to be over. But that's going to be the hard part. There's a Lightning Helix. I don't really need to do it yet. There's no real reason to. I'm not sure if there's a good reason to wait either, but I think I just will. Let's see, what would be a good reason to wait here? Can't think of one. There's nothing really that I'm gonna want to kill more than Grim Lavamancer in the long run. I mean, that's the card that just makes it so that my creatures never get in, or never survive rather. So I mean, he's got one more turn after this to be able to answer this guy. Thankfully, do that. I think Fire and Ice will be better. Yeah. Well, I'm going to attack first, because he doesn't know if he wants to kill my creature yet. But once I drop Sword of Fire and Ice, he knows that he needs to. Or Sword of War and Peace. Only got a couple cards in hand, so War and Peace isn't going to be gaining me much life. I think I'd rather just get the extra cards out of Fire and Ice. But, I mean, this is all... Okay, so actually, if I draw a land next turn, I can just play and equip. Which would be pretty sweet. In fact, if I don't draw land... And it would be, the reason why it's so sweet is because he's gonna have to tap out to kill. Yeah, he's gonna. Oh, I guess he doesn't tap out, but he's gonna have to kill my guy here. So he's gonna have to use resources and part of his turn to do that. So if I draw a land here, then I'll probably be in very, very good shape in terms of winning this game. Masako the Humorless is also not a bad one. So obviously we're just going to pass the turn at his end step, hope he taps out at his end step, play Masako the Humorless, try and get it equipped up, and yeah, there we go. So unless he's got another land and then a Searing Spear, I'm pretty sure that there are no 1-mana instants in the deck. And Masako the Humorless, just being a 2-1 flash, could have been a 0-1, probably is going to win me this game. Alright, so equip up. I don't know why it would spend my white mana when I have 1 white spells in hand. Seems a little strange, but, you know. So now, not only do I get to hit him for 4 here and draw a card, but I just get to waste his Kiln Fiend. Man, just swords, good cards. I mean, I do think that I played that situation pretty well. Why did it highlight this? There's nothing else to equip it to. That's weird. I think I played this game pretty well by flashing this in, but did not take much thought to be able to figure out how to win this one. Unfortunately, I can't really give myself that much credit. Land? Alright, so now I can just drop War and Peace and just equip up. He might even be dead. Let's see, 6 plus 5 is 11. No, he's going to 1. Unfortunately. Yeah, because I can just hit him for 2 with the Fire and Ice. The War and Peace will hit him for 5. I guess I'll just go with it. GG. I mean, it's tough. So that does happen in this. It does happen in this format, especially with protection and a lot of monocolored decks. There was really nothing he could do. I was on the mold of 6, but luckily I pulled 1 with a couple of swords. Hey, look, those conscripts. But yeah, I mean, he's just literally once I equipped up, he was dead, because the only way he could beat me is by racing me, and there's no way he's racing me without like Kiln Fiend, and I don't know, that deck doesn't even run Fire Blast, so yeah, there's really just no way that he could have come close. It was lucky that I had the removal for I don't know. It was just a perfectly drawn game by me. We'll leave it at that. So I wonder if my opponent's going to stick with Fire Wave. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep this one. I have just 1 creature, unfortunately, but again, I'm not going to wait until. Yeah, actually, no, I am going to wait until 3 to play it out. And well, no, equipping it with the Jit isn't that useful. So I'll probably just wait to play it out and equip it. I think War and Peace is in general better in the matchup. But next turn I'm going to drop the Jit, I think. Maybe, I don't know, because I want to wait until so that he won't be able to answer it at sorcery speed. Hopefully I'll draw a Lightning Helix. That would be a much better thing for me to do next turn. Alright, so we're just going to drop this thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to take a lot of damage. I might actually just die. Because, I mean, I can't just play Devoted Retainer and equip it to Umezawa's Jitte. Maybe turn 1, that's what I should have been doing, now that I think about it. Turn 1, just play Devoted Retainer. No, that's not great. I mean, just curve out. This is what I was saying in the original thing. Curve out Devoted Retainer into Umezawa's Jit. Alright, so if I had known that he was going for Kiln Fiend aggros, I definitely would have not gotten War and Peace. I would have gone for Fire and Ice so that I could shoot the Kiln Fiends down. But we very well may just die. Though, yeah, if he's got an instant speed removal spell, pretty sure this game's over. Glory of Warfare. But yeah, I mean, this is my opportunity here. If he's got nothing, alright, he's got the Chandra's Outrage. Yeah, not much I could have done there. I need to draw a creature now. Most creatures will work, but yeah, fortunately I didn't play this earlier, otherwise I'd be on a much tighter clock He still might have like a lava. Yeah, that's 5, 8, 11. Or 13 rather. Take me down to 2. I'm dead next turn. I mean, it's kind of just the opposite. Although if he didn't have Chandra's Outrage, I could have actually won this game. All right, that's it. All right, so good game. But yeah, I drew a lot of non-creatures. I have a pretty good mix of creatures and non-creatures, but I guess I drew the Jit, the Gift, Glory of Warfare, Izdaisho. I don't know. There was a lot of things that could have gone differently that game, but so the first game, he didn't stand a chance. The second game, I didn't really stand a chance. Even if I had gotten Fire and Ice, obviously it wouldn't have mattered since he just killed me pretty quickly. If I had played out the Devoted Retainer earlier, probably would have just gotten Pillar of Flamed. But you never know. Maybe it would have been the smarter play. Hopefully we can get a third and final game to determine once and for all which deck is better. Not actually. Man, this is a really tempting hand to keep. I only have 1 land, but I have Devoted Retainer into Umezawa's Jitte, and I have 2 turns to draw a land. And then I have a billion creatures that I can play. Everything's 2 or less mana. Ugh, this is risky. I hate keeping 1 land hands, but when everything in your hand is 2 or less, it seems more reasonable. Even if I don't draw the red source, I can still win this game pretty easily, I think. And luckily I got that land first turn. And my opponent switched decks, unfortunately, which would have been cool to see a full 3-set match. But whatever works. Okay, so he switched to Ban. No, Predatory. Slivers. Interesting. That could be bad for me. I mean, I don't want to play into Fiery Justice here, so I'm just going to drop this Jit. I should have attacked first, but I'm going to still attack because he's not going to block. Oh, actually, no, I'm not going to attack because he's not going to attack that way. And I just want this game to slow down until I can get my Jit equipped up and then start winning from there. Blur Sliver. Okay, so he's going to be able to hit me with the Blur Sliver, but he's not going to attack with the Predatory. I really doubt that he will. Okay, he's bringing the Predatory. Sure. Hopefully I draw red source next turn. I mean, I kind of have to block here. No, I don't. What am I talking about? I'll take the 5, and then I'll just equip up the Jit and then kill it next turn if I need to. Alright. Yep, charge in. And then ship the turn. Probably just going to end up killing the Predatory Sliver with these counters. And then the next turn killing the Haste Sliver or the Bone Slice Sliver, which I really expected to see that. So I'm just going to get hit for 8 here. What is going on? Why did he not? I guess it makes sense. Maybe I shouldn't have done this, so that I could have attacked next turn. Okay. So I get hit for 4 here. Hopefully I draw a red source for Lightning Helix, and then I probably just win the game. No. So yeah, we just play this thing and this thing. So I obviously can't attack since his guy has first strike, or double strike rather. I mean, I assume that's why he did it. Maybe he's got like a Thorncaster Sliver here. Oh god, I thought it was Thorncaster, but that's still really bad for me. Oh, he's just charging in with everything here. Interesting. So I think the play is Chump Block, take 8. Again, we're just really hoping to draw a Lightning Helix. In that case, I can actually survive. Or Mountain for our Lightning Helix, no Mountain. In that case, I think I'm just dead. Yeah. I have no counters on this thing. I can attack, kill his double strike guy, but then I still take 4 and die. I can represent Path to Exile. Right. Yeah, there's no way that I survive this one. I don't think that, yeah, I don't think that there was really anything else I could have done. If I had drawn a mountain, it would have been an interesting game, but I mean, I shouldn't expect to have drawn mountain. Yeah, obviously just dead. Even Path to Exile doesn't save. Well, now Path to Exile would save me, but I don't have it, so I'm dead. Mirror Entity does pump his guys a little bit. Oh, what is he doing? Making his guys 1/1s? Why did he do that? Oh, wait. What is going on right now? Yeah, I don't know why he did that. Okay. And he only deals 2 damage to me, taking me to 1. What? Whatever. My opponent beat me that game. I can't even take credit for that one. And then I think at the end he just made all his guys 0/0s? Whatever. Whatever, man. But, I mean, if for some reason that were to have happened and I could have gained 1 more life or whatever, or gained a couple more life. Yeah, actually, really all I needed to do was gain 2 life there and I probably would have been able to stabilize. No, probably not, because he would have had... Sorry, wasn't paying attention to what I was thinking. He would have had the spell, he would have had Mirror Entity, and I couldn't beat that. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I put it on that. I probably should have just put it on the Moth Rider. So I could ride it to victory next turn. I think I just kill him, though. Let's see. 9, 10, 11, 13. If he doesn't attack me, he's dead. If he doesn't, yeah, if he doesn't block anything, he's dead. 2 Lightning Helix in hand. Alright. Good creature. +2/+2. Good creature. +2/+2. I think 1 more. Yep, 9, 10, 11, Lightning Helix. Okay, so I really did lose 2 out of 3 of these games. There's no way that anybody could say that I should have won that one. My opponent was just messing around for some reason towards the end. Don't know why he did that, but he did it. Alright, so what else? What else can we say? I guess I probably wasn't dead to Mirror Entity, because it is a 1/1. I don't know, we'll play 1 more game so we can like make up for that stupid one. Hopefully win it. But yeah, so was I dead to Mirror Entity? Cause I probably could have just killed it the next turn. This hand kind of sucks. I don't do anything till turn 5. I have 4 lands and a sword, but if my opponent's playing any semblance of an aggressive deck, then this one is just a lot better. If he doesn't have removal for my guy in the early turns, it's going to be bad news bears for him. Got my Jit. Toss it on. This Devoted Retainer. He's dropping a mountain. Looks like a Dracomancer mountain. There's a Lightning Helix. Gotta love that. I don't think that there's any like 1 mana burn instant spells in the deck, in the format. So, don't really have to... Oh, no, wait. Slivers has shock. But the red deck couldn't get shock. The burn deck couldn't get shock. Alright, he is playing Dracomancer. Alright, so, I mean, he might have Maelstrom Pulse. He can definitely lose still. It'll be really disappointing because all that the Jit will have done is gained me like 3 life. Or 4 life, rather. Which would suck. Definitely want it to do more than just gain 4 life. Because a lot of the times you can just start killing their creatures or making your guy unblockable, just killing them with the insane amounts of damage. So he has to discard because he kept a 2-lander on the play. No, on the draw. It's reasonable. Okay, so we just need to like no. I mean he can still kill us with black stuff, green black stuff. So not dead yet. I should probably just whatever. I probably should have just dealt 5 damage to him, or an extra 4 damage to him. Alright, God, we can't get a good game today, guys. I'm sorry, this is just stupid and boring to watch. Can I kill him next turn? Probably. He's got 7 cards in hand. Yeah, we can probably kill him. Okay. Yeah, so that's 3. 3 plus 8 is 11. I don't even need to do all these. I will, but I don't need to. If I don't do all these, then I need to Lightning Helix him, which will probably just be slower anyway. I want my Jit. Alright, so probably wasn't going to lose that one anyway, but you never know unless you play the full game, so. Yeah, Soaring War and Peace is not terrible when it's just dealing 7 damage to your opponent. Gaining you 6 life or something, or 5 life or something like that. Actually, I think I only have like 3 or 4 cards in hand, but whatever. Hopefully, we'll be able to play one more game. Opponent's probably still playing dragons. Maybe they're playing random. This hand sucks. It's got no equipment in it. I can't even cast both my spells, or all 3 of my spells. This one's a little bit better because it's got, first of all, it's got Hand of Honor, and I think he's playing Dracomancer, so that means it'll have protection from his black stuff, which is okay. It's got this guy who can definitely help out. It's got a couple of Battle Mad Ronins, which aren't great, but most importantly, it's got Stone Ear Giant. So I've got some top end. I've got a way to find a sword or a Jit or something like that to win the game pretty quickly. That being said, I don't think that I am a big favorite to win this game right now. I think that this hand was keepable, not great. It's way better than the first one was. Fortunately, I drew a land, which I needed to cast my Nagao. I don't know how to actually pronounce his name. Nagao. I don't know, it's a tough one. Alright, so there is a Tukatung Thallid. Not really the scariest turn 3 play. We're going to drop a mountain here. Drew another land, which means that we can cast our Giant on time. Can't complain about that. Next turn, all of our guys are going to be a little bit bigger. Or not next turn, the turn after, because it's only when he attacks. Yeah, this guy's not great. Wow. Only in Kamigawa block do you see legendary creatures that are uncommons. It is hilarious. Okay, so he's going to get a 4/4 flyer. Or a 3/3 flyer. Which means I can actually still attack with both of my guys. And there is a sword of fire and ice. Seems pretty good to me. Still going to drop Nagao because it doesn't change the clock. Or when I can play the sword, he's just going to take both of them. Interesting. I can still play and equip the sword next turn. So he could have, I don't know, sneak attack into Hellkite Overlord, hit me for 11 and then kill me the next turn with another sneak attack thing. Man, I really want to play the Dragons deck to try out sneak attack. I mean, I know it's only 1 card, but I feel like it makes the deck remotely playable. Okay, so he's probably going to hit me for 3 with his dragon. And I'm probably just going to base... Yeah, that's that's the play, but past that, not really sure how he comes back. I think I just want to put the sword on Nagao. I don't know why it left red open. Gotta pay more attention to that. Like, if I was really trying to focus on an important game, I would probably pay more attention to that, because he's probably just going to chump block the 6/6. Reason being, it gives my opponent the information that I just wasn't being careful, and he had that I didn't have Lightning Helix in hand, which is just information that I don't need to give to my opponent. He doesn't need to know that I don't have any Lightning Helixes right now. But if the game automatically keeps red open, then it assumes that it doesn't. So he's got the Maelstrom Pulse for the sword, which is pretty good for him, but he still is facing down a lot of damage. And unfortunately, he's like stuck on red mana. And there's a Lightning Helix for the game. Let's see, he has a Soul's Fire here in response. Nope. Is that game? No, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He goes to 1. I didn't even realize that. I probably... Well, either way, I think I'm going to hold on to the Battle Mad Ronin. I mean, I still win if he Jun Charms, but I think that's still the correct play. Is to hold on to it, rather. Alright, so we can drop our Stone Hewer Giant and our Battle Mad Ronin this turn if he manages to kill both of our creatures, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do anything. And we're going to be able to take this one. So the first one he got mana screwed, the second one, his mana wasn't great, but that is the problem with playing a 3-color deck. But yeah, so sorry opponent, but that's all we're gonna give for the dragons today. Maybe I'll make a dragons video after this, but hope you guys enjoyed this little deck guide thingy, and have a wonderful day. Bye.